platform so structured to provide a guided approach in reporting against typical ESG themes, which in turn supports internal capacity building, as well as consistency of disclosure between organizations. Not only does the platform integrate local, state, and sector-specific considerations, a benchmarking component allows comparison between organizations from similar sectors. The platform design also provides insight into progress over disclosure periods, thereby providing stakeholders with insight into an organization's ESG maturity over time. The ESG
Hi everyone. So we will wait for 5 more minutes for other participants to join in, and then we will start with our first webinar. All right.
metrics will be updated periodically, keeping pace with developments in global disclosure frameworks.
พอมาว่า进来了
ESG is an acronym for environmental, social, and governance, and provides a holistic approach to how organizations manage related risks and opportunities. Initially driven by the investment community to understand the non-financial impacts of investments, other stakeholders, such as consumers, customers, employees, regulators, suppliers, and communities, are placing a growing value on organizations' ESG commitments and performance. New and evolving reporting frameworks, as well as rating agencies, have emerged to guide reporting of ESG information, often called ESG disclosure, and inform stakeholders. However, organizations, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises, typically struggle to navigate this web, particularly the extent and substance of information to report, and as such, disclosure is inconsistent and lacks transparency.
MyESG Star Plus is a structured ESG coaching platform that provides businesses with tailored instruction and support to gradually adopt and integrate ESG into their operating philosophy. Through 9 proprietary stages, progressing the businesses to becoming ESG aligned. The platform consists of 3 tiers, gold, silver, and bronze, with each tier comprising 3 sub-tiers, identified by the number of stars assigned to each sub-tier. Businesses attaining any sub-tier of MyESG Star Plus will be awarded a star and disclosure badge if the progress is publicly disclosed. MyESG Star Plus is based on the premise that becoming ESG aligned is a journey and guides businesses in a structured way, facilitating better access to financing and markets. MyESG Pulse is a purpose-built ESG disclosure platform so structured to provide a guided approach in reporting against typical ESG themes, which in turn supports internal capacity building, as well as consistency of disclosure between organizations. Not only does the platform integrate local, state, and sector-specific considerations, a benchmarking component allows comparison between organizations from similar sectors. The platform design also provides dividing organizations' ESG maturity over time. The ESG metrics will be updated periodically, keeping pace with development.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everyone. So I hope everyone can hear me clearly. Joining us in this week's webinar series. So I extend a warm welcome to everyone. And sorry. Okay. So on the screen, you will notice a QR code for the attendance purpose. So kindly take a moment to scan it. Your cooperation in helping us to keep track on the attendance is greatly appreciated. For those who just joining, please scan the QR code for the attendance. So all right, so we will start our webinars for today. For this week webinar series, we actually will have three speakers, and I will be the presenter for the first and second sessions. And just a little bit on my bio. My name is Siti Noliana, and I am an analyst in MyESG. So, specializing in ESG, environmental, social, and governance, as well as life cycle assessment. With a background in environmental science and technology, and as an analyst, I have been assisting companies in comprehending the essence of ESG and also its significance to the companies. All right. So, before we start for our first webinar session, let me just have a quick introduction on our company. So, MyESG is basically an integrated sustainability solutions company. We have been in this business supporting businesses around the region in environmental, health, safety, and sustainability. So, MyESG also have come out with two digital platforms which is meant to help companies in their ESG journey, which is MyESG Star Plus and also MyESG Pulse. So I will talk in details on what is MyESG Star Plus as we go through the next few slides. Meanwhile, my ESG Pulse is more of a disclosure platform that cater to the needs of the local businesses. So at the right hand side of the screen, you can see the snapshot of different countries that our team members have worked in so far. Okay. So as a part of our line, this is a few of services that we offer. Uh, that was offered by MyESG. So we basically offer strategy advisory services in ESG. Our company also provides services in conducting life cycle assessment, greenhouse gases inventory, and also looking into net zero solutions. So we have in-house a team for social capitals and social risk services. We also, as part of our learning and development effort, we also offer a series of HRDC claimable training to the companies. Beside MyESG also provide a customized training program based on your company's specific needs. So that is in a nutshell what it's about MyESG. So today's topic is going to talk about how to navigating my ESG Star Plus. So for those of you who's joining this session today and still unsure about what my ESG Star Plus is, do not worry about it. I will provide a brief overview of why we developed this platform and what is this platform all about before we proceed into how to navigate it. Alright, so currently there are many companies, especially SMEs, are encountering numerous challenges when trying to adopt ESG practices into their businesses. So this is the first challenges is because they lack ESG awareness. They didn't know what ESG is and why is it matter to them. Thus, this will lead to the poor adoption of the ESG. For the second one, we have also seen the increasing number of requirement in implementing ESG, and some of which are heavily Western centric, which has led to the confusion among the companies regarding which standard they should follow. And for the third one is many companies find that the cost associated with implementing ESG practice is very high, and coupled with a lack of capacity and resources to adopt ESG in their practices. Lastly, lastly is because currently there's no regulatory mandates in Malaysia for SME to adopt in ESG, except for there is a regulation, there is a requirement for public listed company by Bursa, but not for the SME. So this is a common scenario that we often encounter. Sometimes the company they need help, but they may not realize their need for it. And some businesses are aware of the importance of implementing ESG into their processes, yet they have the lack in knowledge or guidance on how to effectively implement it. So realizing the resource constraint that is often faced by the SME, that is why MyESG has come up with the platform, which is we call MyESG Star Plus. This platform is basically to help especially SME to guide them through the adoption of the ESG in their businesses. So MyESG Star Plus is a program to facilitate ESG adoption for businesses. In short, this platform is basically to guide the SME to go through all the steps on how they can adopt ESG into their operation from scratch to eventually becoming ESG aligned. And I would like to clarify here, since there's a lot of question that we receive around the certifications and rating was not. Our platform, MyESG Star Plus right now is only to guide the businesses in adopting the ESG. And we didn't provide any certifications or rating for this platform. mentioned that we will guide company from scratch, right? So this is where we'll see the steps on how companies can adopt ESG into their operations. Our guidance for companies adopting ESG involve in three key stages. The first one is the companies need to go through the onboarding process where they will be familiarizing with ESG principles and whatnot. So after that, they will need to transition into it by establishing a robust management system around ESG issues and eventually go into ESG aligned stage. This is where these principles are fully integrated. The ESG principles are fully integrated into the company culture and operations. So we will support the companies through each step of this journey. All right. So we move on to the tier and sub tier of my ESG Star Plus. Then my ES solutions that we have here, we actually bringing it up to 9 stages where company can target in achieving it on a phased approach. So started with what I showed you just now, which is the onboarding process. Um, because this stage is basically focusing on the awareness and commitment of the company in ESG. So we see that these steps is where all companies can achieve it easily, and then subsequently we will look into the material issue within the organizations, and then we'll start here we will start developing procedures, management system around it, and implement it. That's where we look at the silver stage. Uh, So when the companies achieve silver 3-star stage, basically at this stage, the investor or bankers can confidently acknowledge that the company has already has a solid foundation in ESG. So because when you reach to this stage means that you already implement ESG into your management system. So moving forward to a higher stage, which is a gold stage. This is the stage where company is then integrate ESG into their risk management processes, where they'll see all the money values along the risk and opportunities that arise in their business operations. So when we talk about ESG, it is not only on the risk but also on the opportunity and how they can create some values out of the issues. So say with the implementations of certain measures toward addressing the issues. For instance, addressing climate change might create new business opportunity for the company. So stress on for our platform here, we are basically to help the companies in leveraging on their existing management systems. And that's where we add on ESG elements into their management processes. All right, so previously, I have provide general overview of each sub-tier in my ESG Star Plus. So right now, I will provide an overview of what the companies are expected to have once they arrive at the bronze tier. So at the bronze tier, we actually have what we call three levels star. So the first one is bronze 1 star, which is on the board awareness. The second one is bronze 2 star on senior management team awareness, and for the third one is on the commitment. So For this year, the board and SMT members are required to go through the awareness training on ESG. However, for the SMT members, the minimum requirement that we have here is that at least those who are responsible for finance and also for the operations within, to attend to the training. And this training certificate is only valid for 3 years. Next, what you next you should have at least one board members being appointed for the ESG oversight in your company. So basically, for the bronze 1 and 2 star, basically this is what you have to have lah. And for this level also, which is on the bronze 3 star, you are required to have a commitment statement and it must be signed off by board chairmen and CEO or managing director. So previously I have mentioned that the awareness training is only valid for 3 years, right? So upon the expiry of the training certificate, the members, the board members or SMT members that already their training certificate already expired, you need to go through a refresher training. And for those companies that failed to do so, the company is to be subjected to the drop of star rating. Yeah, and aside from that, it is also important for the subscribers to remember that if your company has any changes to the board or to the SMT members, the uh, the subscribers also required to update informations within a month when they file changes to the SSM, and also the training certificate for the new board member or new SMT members need to be updated in the system also. That's one is within 3 month time from the date of changes being filed. So just bear in mind that MyESG admin will conduct a random audit on the random users to verify if the details are up to date or not. So if we found that the info in the system is not updated, then the user will be on a watch list and tagged with the watch list icon. So everyone can see the icon of the subscribers lah. We move on to the silver tier. So at the silver tier, we have 3 tiers also. So we have 3 sub-tiers, which is for the silver 1 star on the materiality assessment, and silver 2 star on the planning, and silver 3 star on the implementations. So basically at the silver tier, the company will need to conduct a materiality assessment for their operations. And at this stage, they will need to provide the processes and the results of the materiality assessment into the systems. The company also will need to annually review the materiality assessment and update it in the system. So in the event if there is no any changes required, you just need to upload the evidence of review and the outcome. For examples, the minutes of meeting. So for the silver 2 and silver 3 stars, company basically need to establish and implement the PDCA, which is Plan, Do, Check, Act Management System cycles, and setting the KPIs and targets for the material issues of your organizations. So minimum here, you need to report on at least top 3 material issues. And for those companies that already achieved silver 3-star status, here they will need to conduct third-party verifications within 3 month time from the date that they achieved the silver 3-star status. All right, so move on to the gold tier. On the screen is what the companies are expected to have once they have arrived at gold tier. So at the gold tier, we have gold 1 star, which is on the risk integrations, gold 2 star on the financial certainty, and gold 3 star on the value creations. So the companies are expected to be able to demonstrate an active management of ESG issues and provide evidence of integration ESG as part of business or enterprise risk management. And next is the company is expected to demonstrate financial certainty or cost of ESG risks and opportunities using tools such as TCFT or any similar qualitative or quantitative tools. And then the company also need to identify and demonstrate the positive value creations to business and ESG related sorry. So the company also need to identify and demonstrate positive value creations to business and ESG related opportunities. Basically, the positive ESG impact that contributing towards common values shared with the stakeholders, such as an examples, the vendors, the communities, and etc. So we'll move on to the verifications. So in short, there are a total of 4 requirements for verifications, which is the first one is at bronze level, which is at the bronze 3 star. So this uh this this is a mandatory verifications, and because the requirement is quite straightforward for this level, the verification for this stage will be conducted by MyESG admin. And for the second one is during the silver 3 star, the verifications was mandatory also, and it needs to be conducted by the subscribers. This these verifications at silver 3 stars will be conducted by the third party. So the system will assign a verifier for those that requesting to conduct the verifications. As for gold star, we have 2 verification at this level, which is the first one is at risk integration level, risk integration stage, where this is voluntary verifications. So so the subscriber can choose either they want to conduct the verification or not at this stage. And then another one is on value creation stage. This is a mandatory stage, and this is a mandatory verifications, and the subscribers need to conduct the verification, and it will be conducted by the third parties. If let's say if the company failed the verifications and basically the verifications was rejected by the verifier, this might be due to the validity of the informations or false informations provided by the subscribers. The star rating will drop to the lower one. So for examples, if the company has already been granted silver 3 star by the admin, and then they requested for the verifications by the third party, However, once the verifier review all the document uploaded and found fault with the documents, this might cause the verifications to be subjected, the verifications to be rejected, and your star rating might be downgraded to silver 2 stars. So just bear that in mind. All right, so we have come to our agenda of today, which is how to navigate my ESG Star Plus system. So I'll guide you through our system to provide you with a better understanding of its functionality or anything that we did not cover. For anything that we did not cover here, feel free to give us an email. So, or you can just directly chat uh, in the chat box. So begin with MyESG Star Plus. What we are showing here to you right now is actually the first round, so-called the first round. So on how you can achieve bronze 3 star. So what you will be doing is first you will go to the MyESG Star to sign up, and you will need to insert the promo code. So I we will provide the promo code by today, and you should do your sign up within these 2 weeks, and we will have a simple waiting to wait through the applications, and then my ESG admin will go through the applications to approve it. However, just bear in mind that my ESG system will only approve of one entity. So let's say I am from company A, and then I have signed up for the system, and then I have my other colleagues also sign up into the system. So we will only choose one person to be the one that handle the system. So just bear that in mind. So next, once the admin give you the access to sign in into the system, no, sorry. So we will give you an access to sign in into the system before January 8th of 2024. And once you have the access, then you can sign in into the system. So the first thing that you need to do when you sign in is to update your company information. So so you can actually start working on sorry. So once you after you update and completed your company information, you can actually start on working on getting the stars. So once you move on to the bronze 1 star and bronze 2 star, for those company that would like to have an awareness training with my ESG, or we will conduct uh, we will conduct a public training in January for English classes, and February for Mandarin. So basically, for those that would like to attend the awareness training for board and SMT members, you can look out. We will post it out, the actual dates into our website, so you can look it out in our website. Also, just bear in mind that there is no QC will be conducted during the stage of filing up company info and upgrading to bronze 1 star. But the QC will come in later at the bronze 3 star stage. This is where the MyESG admin will conduct the verifications, and where we will find if your information is correct and so on. So if your information is not correct, we may drop your star rating at this stage. So just bear that in mind. Sorry. All right. So I will directly show you how to navigate our systems. See the screen. Platform. Okay, so to access to my ESG Star Plus, you just have to go to our website and go to our solutions, and over here we have my ESG Star Plus tab, and you just need to click on the my ESG Star Plus, and then it will bring you to my ESG Star Plus webpage. So um, you will be able to log in into the system using this login button. Uh, So for those that already signed up to the system and receive an email from my ESG admin on the registration approval, can directly log in into the system. However, for those of you that have not previously signed up to the system, please sign up here. You just need to put in your company's basic informations, and please make sure that please make sure that you insert the promo code that was offered to you, and this will just make sure you insert the promo code that was offered to you so that you will be able to enjoy the subscription benefits that we offer to you. So after you have, let's say you have inserted the promo code, you just need to verify the code before you click on submit button. All right. So uh, okay. So once you have been
我那是冇该
approved
挣扎
by
进来
the
怪。
admin, and you will be able to sign up into the system, right? So this is what So once you have been approved and signed up into the system, it will bring you directly to the dashboard site. So on this page, you will see the status of your star rating. Sorry. So on this page, basically, you will see the status of your star rating and any action that you need to do. Below that, you will be able to see the history of your achievement, and to the right hand side, you will be able to see the validity status of your subscription info. So basically, the validity of your subscription will be depending on the promotion that you get when you register using the promo codes. Below the subscription info is the task that you need to address as a part of your journey. Alright. So basically, for the new members that have not filled up their company info yet, then they will be required to fill in the details once click on the button provided here, which is fill up my company info now. The details here the details include all the company general information. Sorry. also the details that you need to provide include the company general information, which is the business start, where you need to clarify the nature of your business and the MSIC item codes that can be added by searching on what type of your industry or sector or subsector are you in, and also the contact details of your company. So once you have finished or fill in all the details here, all finish fill in on your company profile details, you need to save it before you move to the next sections. So just save, the save button is on the right hand side, uh, upper right hand side. Alright. Alright, so next is update on the documents, your company documents. So this part is very important because we will verify this for you to be able to continue with the system. So for this section, it is mandatory for you to provide the SSM certificate, while as for the other certificate or document, it is optional. Also for the SSM certificate, you may upload multiple files into the system, so it is up to you. While for the others, it is only allowed for a single file upload. Under the financial info, right? Under the financial info, we'll also ask for the company revenue, and this is mandatory for you to provide the details, and also please provide the revenue contributions according to the MSIC code of your business. So that's all for the company revenue. And then as for the members, it is very important for you to put in all the board members and senior management details, because as we mentioned previously on the slide, the bronze first and second star is to be awarded for those who has attended and completed the awareness training, that include the awareness training for all the boards and also the awareness training for all the SMT members. So the last one is on locations. So you just need to fill up your business operations locations, whether you are operating in Malaysia or outside of Malaysia. So upon completing this one, a button to move up to the next stage will appear basically at the bottom of the right hand side, which will bring you to the dashboard page so that you can start on your operating. So okay, so what I'm going to show you now is the company that already attained the bronze 3 star, but you can still go back and see the informations of the previous stage, and this is basically the steps and informations that required for each of the stage. For bronze 1, let's see. So here you can see the current qualifications of your star rating. So And this is also where you can see the details of the informations that you have uploaded for the previous star levels. So for bronze 1 star, basically this is all the informations that you need to upload it. So we will ask you to provide the details of the trainer. So that and the training certificate, and subsequently you need to appoint one of the board members to oversight the ESG matters in company, and also provide the board resolutions or letter of appointment for him or her, and the job description, which is the term of a reference for her. All right. And so we'll look at bronze 2 star. This is it is more straightforward, which is you just have to provide the trainer informations, and the training certificate for the SMT members. And for this one that I have previously mentioned, that our requirement is at least minimum for those finance or operation, for those members that in charge of finance or operations to be trained. All right. And then we will move to the next level, which is bronze 3 star. So over here we will ask for the commitment. Besides asking for the commitment itself, we also need you to demonstrate that you have communicate the statement and the document to everyone to the company, and then we need you to prove. We need proof to showcase that you have already communicate the commitment statement. All right. So let's see. All right. So to start operating, okay. So basically over here, I already at the silver 1 star. So already achieved all the previous star, and then I already at the silver 1 star. So to start operating, what you need to do is that just click this button over here, and then you need to fill out all the required informations and provide the attachment as an evidence. So just after you have provide all the informations here, just click on next button over here, so that you can provide the other details of what we requested. So on the right hand on the top right hand side over here, we also provide save as draft button. So you may save all the details that you uploaded as a draft if you are unable to finish it out. Also, I would like to re-emphasize here that subscribers in the system will be provided with the guidance and tools for each for different stages to help you in understanding what you have to do and so on. So it is either you click on this question mark over here, or you click on this uh, statement over here. So need guidance. Just click, and then it will bring you to the reference guidance and tools web page. All right. So you can download all the documents that we will be providing here, and you can also open the link that we provide over here. All right. have already explained on how to upgrade. I have already explained on the steps on how to apply for upgrading. So I will explain more on the features that we have in our systems. So just to stress on here that the steps for each level is basically almost the same, and it is quite easy for you to conduct uh, our system. So we have seen the dashboard page, and I have already explained all everything's here. So for the credential showcase also, I have already explained uh, to you. So this sections is basically just to show your current qualifications and your past achievement, where you can actually go in every stage here and review the information that you have submitted previously. Features is on subscribers. So you will be able over here you will be able to see other subscribers who subscribes to our system. So under this subscriber tab, and you can see where they are right now in terms of their achievement and the different stage of their star rating. So over here you can see the current status of the company. So basically green color meaning that there is no issue with the company, and for the amber color as meaning that the company is not fulfilling the criteria. Also we have the company star rating, public disclosure, and also verification icon. Also, here you will be able to see the general informations of the other company. However, okay, so here you will be able to see the general informations of the other company. However, for the detailed submissions of the training records and materiality assessment, whatnot, other people won't be able to see it. So okay, that's it for the subscribers. And then for the company info, I already explained it. And move on to the user setting. So basically over here you can create a new user either as a master or as a viewer. So as you remember, I've said that we only receive one entity, right, for our system. So basically for the person who is for the person who has the ability to sorry so for the person that we giving access to, they can create a new user for your company. So basically it, they sorry. All right, so over here. So basically you can create a new user, right? And then you can choose either you want that new user become a master or a viewer. So master basically those that is given the authority to run the system, and master also you can edit the details, you can upload the document, or you can conduct the operating for your company. Meanwhile, for the viewer here, they can only review the details and also the status of the company without being able to edit it. So you just need right, so you just need to put all the informations of the new users and also just include the login details and password for the new users. So, alright, so that's all for the platform. If you have any question or you didn't understand on certain part, just put it into the Q&A box or chat box over here, alright? And let's explain on our rules. Wait a moment, yeah. Right, you can. Alright, so sorry. Alright. Okay. So before I explain on what is the user status that we have within MyESG Star Plus, just a little bit on this one that I didn't manage to where is it show of in the systems. So this is basically when you operate when you start operating your star level. So and if your and if your sorry so sorry, so if your application is being rejected, the notification will pop up over here under my task, so you can just view and you can directly edit what is being so basically you can directly edit what is wrong with your document or what's not. All right, and then we'll move to the next slide, which is on the user status within MyESG Star Plus. So we have a few user status within MyESG Star Plus, and I have shown previously in the system for the green and amber, and I will explain in details on what other status means. So as you can see here, we have two watch list icon with different colors. What differentiate between these two is that the one in yellow is when your company has violated the system rules over the system rules lower than or equal to three times. However, the one in red is when your company has violated our rules more than three times within the durations of 12 months. So rules over here will be referring to the third party verifications, the annual review that you need to conduct it, and also for the informations update, especially for the bronze 1 star and also bronze 2 star, which is for the board members and also for the senior management teams. And if the company has not taken any action to address this within the 12-month times, then the company subscription is prone to be suspended. And all right, so for the next icon is the green icon is when there's no issue within the company. And for the amber icon here is when the company is not fulfilling criteria, such as, for example, if there's some of the board members that already exceeds the validity of their certificate, and they need to attend a refresher training during the specific time given, but unable to do so, the company status will be changed from no issue, which is from green, to not fulfilling criteria, to the amber color. So, next one is red icon. The one in red, it is when your subscription has been suspended. This can happen for a few cases. It's either when your subscription has already expired, or when you violating the rules. So the subscription will basically be suspended for 12 months. And if there is no action taken, then the account will be classified. Sorry. Then the account will be classified as discontinued for another 12 months. So within this time, the other subscribers and also the public can see your status up till another 12 months after you have your account have been discontinued. And then after that, we will remove the account from our systems. And the next one is dormant. This icon status will be given to the company when there is no changes, or the company did not update the system for over 12 months. So basically, you just if you are right now at the level at the silver 1 star. So 12 month later, you still at the silver 1 star, but then the information whatsoever you did not update, then you will get this dormant icon. Next one is discontinued. I have explained previously that if the company already received the status, then they will be removed from the system 12 months after the discontinued. So as for the verified and public disclosure icons, if your company has conducted verifications either through MyESG, admin, or a third party from the third party, then they will be given these icons. And it is the same with the public disclosure. So if you choose to publicly disclose your company informations, your details, and then will be you will get the public disclosure badge on your systems. All right. So all for to that's all for today's webinar. If there is any question, we will open the floor for any question if you have.
Okay, let me talk. Hello, morning. So, can you hear okay? Can you hear all right? Yes? Cannot hear me? Can you? Okay, yes, they can hear. So there are a couple of questions that have come up through the chat box. So let's go through one by one, right? So the first one was from, let me see. The first one was from Al, basically asking, is this the tiering and certification government endorsed? And there was a couple of other questions subsequent to this around certification. So maybe let's take a step back and just kind of recap. So the Star Plus platform, right, is meant to be a coaching platform. So as Siti was mentioning earlier, the reason it came out was particularly from the SME community. Companies were not sure, right? And were uncertain how to start, how to progress. They knew that they have to do something around ESG, but they don't know how to go about it. So Star Plus what has been set up to address that. It is a coaching platform that will take you step by step through the 9 tiers. So basically, as Siti was mentioning, the bronze tier is something like a beginner level, right? And then the silver is like an intermediate level, and then the gold is like a most mature level. So it is not the same as a certification in that way, because certification only comes at the end, right? After you have everything in place. But what Star Plus does is helps you, okay, what's the first step I must take? What's the second step I must take? What's the third step I must take? Okay. But in there, it is built in that at certain steps or at certain tiers, for a third-party verification if the need allows, right? When you are ready to go for a third-party verification. Okay, so I think that's the first thing to maybe recap. Yeah. So the second question with respect to certification came out with what's the difference, right, between MyESG and the SIRIM ESG verification. So, yeah. So again, because MyESG is a coaching platform, right, it takes us through tier phase by phase. The SIRIM verification is very similar to your ISO certification, meaning only when you have everything in place, you go to SIRIM, and they will verify basically on your management system. So the SIRIM verification program is basically a management system verification once you have everything in place. MyESG is not a certification. It's telling you, okay, to start, this is what at a minimum you have to do. For you to move from bronze 1 to bronze 2, this is what you have to do. For you to move from bronze 2 to bronze 3, this is what you have to do. So to recap, it's meant for those companies, right, who really don't have the internal resources or don't have ESG personnel in-house to help them. Okay, how do I start and how do I progress with respect to ESG? Okay. The next question that was posted is that what is the benefit if the verification is done through MyESG versus other third parties? So through MyESG, there are two types of, I would say, verification. One is when you put in your information, right? let's say you are at bronze 1 or at which of the 9 tiers, and you put in your information, the MyESG team will look at the information and, you know, give you feedback, sufficient, not sufficient, what else is required. Versus if you go through a third party, it's like an audit. Yeah, party is not a coaching platform. It's an audit that will tell you whether you basically met the requirement or not met the requirement. So that's one. Number two, going through MyESG, we work, right, with other third-party verifiers, so like third-party certification body, because think about it, right? If MyESG is the one that is providing the platform for coaching, then you want an independent party, right? A third party to do the for the third party verification. So that's the difference. But we will be working with third party verifiers, like certification bodies. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. The line dropped just now. So let me go back to. Can you help me go back to the chat box? Sorry, let me run through and make sure we've not missed any question, right? So the next question that has come up. Next question that came up was, why? Okay, so the next question is why company confidential info, right? So the confidential info is not really confidential, is info in the sense that it's your sector, right? In terms of the code. So I'm not sure what confidential info is being mentioned here. But remember in order for the verification to happen by the MyESG team, you must provide that there must be information provided that is relevant to the tier that is being responded to, right? So because at the minimum, at the bronze level, is starting off from basically at the top, right, with the board and with the management. And in order to maintain that tier, that information has to be kept up to date. And that's why that information is required. So as Yana mentioned, if the information is not kept up to date, then you know, you stand to lose the tier, right? So the next question, is it aligned with any of the national or international certification bodies? All right. So one thing again, you must remember, right? Right now in Malaysia, there is no ESG standard, right? There are only, which in our next webinar we will go through, but in Malaysia at the moment for ESG, there are only 3, I would say, platforms that people are using. Okay, if you are a public listed company, right, then there is the reporting for Bursa requirement. If you're an SME, there are two frameworks, one from MITI and one from Capital Market, which again is not mandatory. They are guidelines. And then what happens is there's actually a fourth one, which is the international level, depending if companies choose to adopt. Again, not mandatory, right? So some companies decide to report ESG based on the GRI standard. So again, what Star Plus, right, has been designed to do is kind of consolidate these requirements for companies who are now, struggling. Which one do I use? Do I use Bursa? Do I use MITI? Do I use capital markets? Or for some companies that have told us they don't want to do that, they just want to be able to respond to their stakeholders. So from that perspective, that's what Star Plus does. So right. So if you're considering it from N, what standards are being used? Right. Now, let me see if I've missed any question there. The last one was then right. What guide could be useful and what the bodies are the standards. Okay, so as we said, we will it will be explained a little bit more, but it is not meant, it's not using for example like a GRI standard or things like that. Remember, it is meant to help companies, particularly those who are really at the beginning stage, and what do I, the question that we have been asked is, what do I need to do? My first step, my second step, my third step. So that is what the Star Plus is intended to help you to do, right? And I will move to the Q&A page because I see there's some questions on the Q&A side, right? So do you have a choice of the third party to conduct the verification, not the certification? So yes, so eventually what will happen is that there will be a number of third party service providers who will be able to provide, and you are free to choose which one that you want to work with. Okay. Is it still applicable or so the next question is this still applicable or relevant to medium or large corp that is non-public listed? So yes. So the reason I come back to the reason for MyESG, right? So if you are not a public listed company where you need to meet the Bursa requirements, and what you are finding, particularly if you are an export-oriented company, or you are looking for some kind of financing, then you find these stakeholders, whether they are your customers, whether they are the banks, they are asking for some demonstration, right? Or evidence that you have ESG practices in place, right? Even though you're not a public listed company. So this is again what Star Plus is designed to help you do. So when you have people asking, right, for what are your ESG practices, so that's where again the Star Plus was meant to guide you step by step. First, train your people. Second, have your policy in place. Third, determine what is material. So that is what is going to take you through your 9 steps or your 9 tiers. Okay. Let me see. After Christopher's question, was there another one? So there is a question of the promo code. When will that be provided? So the promo code will be provided after these webinars, today's webinar, to those who have signed up. Okay. And one more question was when you have the disclosure, the public disclosure, who can basically who can view it, right? So it is viewable among the subscribers, and in terms of a general from the public, what badge you have been able to attain. So up to that level of disclosure. Okay. I think we have made our way through the questions. If there are any more questions, please feel free to type it either in the chat box or the Q&A box. I did see someone raise their hand earlier, right? I think Julie, you had a question earlier. Someone raised their hand. Yeah. And can they ask live? Yes. So if you'd like to ask a question live, go ahead. We will unmute and you can we can take a question. Yeah. So the next question is MyESG going to share the methods and approaches of conducting the materiality assessment? So yes, as part of the Silver 1 tier, there will be some training and templates, right, on how you would do the materiality assessment. Okay, so there are a couple of questions around the subscription and the fee. And Lee, can I pass it to you to maybe summarize around the whole subscription and fee part of it?
Hi, sorry, my mic was disabled earlier. At the moment, we are actually open up the platform for everybody to try it out and to use the platform. So it is free for now, yeah. And for some other participants who have joined our other event, actually get a longer period of free subscription. At the moment, we are giving out a 1-year free subscription for everybody, right? So, and then later on, when you come to the actual fees, I would say it will be very minimal fees, because it's just to help us to maintain the platform itself. Yeah, it won't be like a couple of thousand per year, that kind of rate. It will be very affordable for everybody. Yeah, because we are providing the platform for different for the players to come in. I mean, we are creating the ecosystem for the users to, for SMEs to start their journey to go into, going towards ESG aligned. We are getting the the verifiers, the different verifiers to come into the system, so that through the system they can do verification for everybody who is actually due for verification. And then we have, in fact, I think we have mentioned earlier also, is that we will have principles, for those companies who are managing large amount of suppliers. So then their suppliers can come into the system and get themselves started with ESG, and the principal can then see where they are in terms of their suppliers. So I would say the fees in the future will be very minimal and affordable to everyone. But for now, we are open up for free subscription for at least a year. Yeah.
Right. Are there any more questions or clarifications that you would like us to address? All right. Okay. So there is a question here about whether it is only available for company with SSM certification, basically if you are a registered company, right? And the question was, what about if the company is not yet registered? I would say that there should be no restriction, correct? Yeah. If you would like to use the again, because Star Plus was meant to be a coaching platform, I think right now the way it is set up is for companies with SSM registration. But if there is an interest, right, and a need for let's say individuals, I think we might be able to look into it. Yeah, Lee?
Yeah. From the system itself, of course, there are certain data field or certain information that the user have to provide. So that include the SSM and registration and whatnot. Yeah. However, I'm actually not quite sure how you can use this as an individual, because it coming from a company perspective. Yeah. But anyone like, an enterprise or a small family business, that possible, we can always look into that. I think so long you have a company, I think you have SSM information, unless you are really individual. And for any individual, I think we can, do approach us. We can always talk through it and allow the access.
All right. Sorry. All right. So is there any more question that you guys would like to ask before we go for our last slides for today? Hmm?
All right, so the question is about the trainings, right? So we started off by explaining what the Star Plus is about. And as you can see on your screen, right, over the next course, there are 3 training sessions that will be carried out. The first one tomorrow is on integrating and operationalizing ESG. So this session will talk about basically how you get started, and key is how do you integrate and implement ESG into your business. Then the second training that will happen on Thursday is on materiality. So this is a training in terms of what is materiality assessment all about, right? And basically, because when you talk about ESG, right, you have many topics, under E, under S, and G. So what the materiality assessment does is help you to decide or determine what are significant ESG topics of the business that you need to focus on. So that's what the materiality assessment training will cover. And the fourth or the last training for this week on Friday will go into the GHG accounting. So what is GHG accounting and how you get started? So that are the training modules that has been planned over the next 3 days. Okay.
Okay, so if there's no more question, or if you guys still have any question, so just email us for any more question. All right. So that is all for today's webinar, and we will all right. So that is all for today's webinar. Okay. All right, thank you all. And then on the slide we have a feedback survey QR code. Just spend some of your time to scan the QR code and just give your feedback if there is anything that we need to improve on our next training series. So that is all. All right. Thank you everyone.